Why is it so hard to find love? Let me ask you this first. Have you found yourself? Today, we're diving into why love feels elusive and how the journey always begins with you. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you will not only get clarity but also get actionable steps to transform your mindset about relationships. There is this common narrative online I've been seeing lately that currently the percentage of single people is the highest ever. So many people are single. Okay, but hello, wake up. It is also times when people get to know themselves. It is times when people don't just dive into relationships with their traumas, with their limiting beliefs and everything, and then we get a divorce. Actually, also the highest rate of divorce is because people get to know themselves. Like, it's just the process that is, I feel like it is absolutely normal that people get divorced when they get to know themselves better, when they learn something about themselves, or when they walk away from unhealthy relationships, which back in the days felt like, you're gonna be an outsider in the society if you do so. So it is absolutely normal. It is the time when people wake up. It is the time when people heal. It is the time when people grow and striving to break unhealthy patterns they saw while growing up. Show me, please show me, how many people want to have the exact same relationship as their parents did. Not many, right? That's because we are in the era of transformation. We have access to endless information, podcasts, books, videos like this one. All of this can inspire change. But here is the catch. The information only works if you are ready to change. If you are ready to change, if you are ready to become self-aware and take 100% responsibility onto yourself and admit that you are the creator of your life. Otherwise, it won't work. This is definitely not for everyone. As statistics shows, only 20% of people are willing to actually apply the knowledge that they have, because 80% of people do nothing with that knowledge, or they think that even if you know something, it means that it will change your life. No, the knowledge itself, without applying it onto your life, does not make any difference. If you're watching this, you're likely in that 20%. So let's go deeper. The universal plan to solving anything, to make a change in every area of your life, it's a one-step plan to bring self-awareness. Like, self-awareness is 50% of success. Self-awareness is key. I keep repeating that. And let's dive into it. Let's get honest now. Why is it so hard to find love? Babe, have you found yourself? Have you found yourself? Who are you? What is your light? What lights you up? What are your dreams? What are your passions? What are your unique gifts? How you can serve this world the best? Have you figured that out? Have you figured it out? There are people who meet their love in teenage years, or I don't know, at their 20s, and they live happily ever after, and they figure it out all together. Very 3D world kind of scenario. And if you're watching this, you're probably not one of those, and that's totally fine, because everyone has their own path. You gotta accept that, okay, there are different scenarios, and most likely that your soul chose a completely different scenario, more advanced maybe scenario, that has those multiple twists and turns and ups and downs, because maybe your soul is an old soul. Maybe you have an old soul, and that's fine that your path is a little bit more complicated. I don't want to say complicated, but it's just more interesting, because we have this thinking as humans that if we are not as our friends, that they have easily things falling into place, that something is wrong with us. But it may be simply that your soul chose a completely different life path for itself. It's not interesting for an old soul, to choose this typical scenario where everything is easy. You see my point? Sometimes we just gotta switch the thinking that, okay, for my human brain, it seems like it's so complicated and it's so hard. You're tired. But from the soul's perspective, that's exactly what it needs. So sometimes it's just worth swapping that mindset a little bit for your own sake. If you are looking for someone to complete you, to save you, let me stop you right there and tell you that this is not how it works. If you expect him to be a fulfillment, a joy, peace, happiness that you lack right now, this is a straight path, a straight highway towards unhealthy, codependent relationships. Two people come together to adapt to each other's lives, not to fix or fill gaps. If you don't know who you are or what you want, why would you ever bring another person into that chaos? I'm sorry, but this is super selfish. I mean, we people are very selfish, but like, let's be honest here. Focus on becoming the kind of person you'd like to have by your side. Not the one who's willing to feast on another person and just, willing to take from another person, but be the one who's also willing to contribute. Become a person who is ready for a healthy, fulfilling relationship. And here's another mindset shift. What if this time that you are single right now is given to you, for you, so that you can focus on your growth, on finding your purpose, on building the life that you deserve? The universe might be telling you, hey, it's time to focus on you, you know? Become content with solitude. Solitude is amazing. Like, it has so many pros. Just normalize it. Yes, every person needs a person. I do not deny that. That's 100% truth. But solitude is equally beautiful. Let's talk about self-worth. Do you believe that you deserve love right here, right now, with your current body, with your current bank account, with your current flows? Not after you've done a nose job, a boobs job, whatever job. But right now, do you believe that you deserve it? Here is the truth. Unconditional love is a blessing, and far not every relationship is blessed with unconditional love. Most relationships have this give and take kind of energy, which is totally fine. Nothing is good or bad, but if your self-worth isn't strong, you'll attract partners who reflect that lack back to you, because your partner is nothing but a mirror. For example, have you ever been asked this question, what do you bring to the table? What is your input in a relationship? I provide, I plan dates, I do XYZ, and what is your input into this relationship? I feel like these are some of the most disgusting questions the guy can ever ask a girl, a woman. But what it simply does is reflects that you believe that you do not deserve unconditional love. Those guys are not bad. Those guys are not dusties. Become self-aware that you attracted those people into your life, whether you like it or not. Okay, it's time to become a creator. It's time to become fucking self-aware that everything that is going on around is a result of how you're shaping your life within, unconsciously. I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. My very first relationship came after I cured of cancer, and I had a short hair. I had 2 huge scars on my stomach. I felt less feminine, thus less worthy, and I also was afraid with how the guy is gonna take it, But here is the thing: the way how you see yourself, the way how you feel, sets the tone on how other people see you. The guy actually was very respectful towards my story, towards everything, and he made me feel super comfortable and secure in my body, which I'm forever grateful to him, and the relationship I had afterwards, it was even better in that sense. So even if it didn't work out, I'm beyond grateful to those guys for that. Later I met another person who sent me this: do you believe that because of everything you've been through, you are less worthy than other girls, than other women? That question stick to my mind, because that question contained the answer and contained the truth. I did feel so. Guys, I truly believe that absolutely no person comes to our lives by accident. Every single person comes to us, to our lives, with a mission. Smaller or bigger one, absolutely every person makes an impact. You just gotta have that open heart and open mind to be able to see it. If you think that whoever you were not happy with, they are random, they are not random. They are not random. You just gotta be self-aware and take 100% responsibility onto yourself and admit that whatever you created in your external reality is the result of how your internal reality is formed. Far not everyone has that courage, and that's okay. And that's totally fine. You gotta be open to seeing the information and receiving the information. Now, let's get practical. What beliefs are holding you back? Do you think relationships are hard? Do you think relationships may require too much sacrifice? Here is an exercise. Set a timer for 20-30 minutes and do the brain dump. You write down absolutely everything you think about relationships, how it is or how you believe it should be. You write this down. You also, very important, you write down what you remember from childhood, what you remember from interacting interaction between your parents in childhood, what situations you have, in your mind, what memories you have. It's super important because very often there are some limiting beliefs hidden in those situations. Once you have it all written out, you'll start seeing patterns and limiting beliefs that are worth rewriting. So whatever negative belief you find, you rewrite it with a positive belief with a pen of another color, and you read it on a daily basis, trying to feel it, because words without feeling do not do anything. Okay, you gotta feel it in your heart. It's not gonna happen just straight away. Okay, it takes time. It probably will take you time to feel it, and that's totally fine. Take your time. There is nowhere to rush. Now let's move on. Here is a surprising twist. Sometimes it's not that you cannot find love, it's that your subconscious mind is afraid of it. Why? Because healthy aligned love may feel unfamiliar, and the job of your subconscious mind is to protect you from everything dangerous, which means unfamiliar. And here's another layer: the law of balance. Every strong desire carries an equal amount of fear. The more you desperately want something, the more afraid you might be of losing it or not having it at all. That fear can create resistance, which keeps love out of reach. If you grew up in an environment without healthy relationships, your subconscious mind might perceive a healthy relationship as risky or even dangerous one because it's outside of your comfort zone. That's the paradox. What we crave most can also scare us the most, even if it's unconscious. How to fix that? Heal your inner child and make love feel normal. You hear me? You gotta make love feel normal by bringing your adult self to give love to your inner child. And you can do that with my free worksheet that is linked in the description down below. It's free of charge, so you can go grab yourself a copy. Now let's talk about secondary benefits. Secondary benefits are hidden reasons why you might be holding yourself back from love. For example, I personally love living alone. I enjoy the solitude and peace in my space, and the thought of bringing someone into my space feels complicated. I'm 100% aware that this one is my secondary benefit, and every time it's hard for me, and that's fine. I'm working on it. Finally, ask yourself this question: do you look at your father through the eyes of your mom? This is a very common thing for us women. For instance, if your mom said that your dad is not making enough, he cannot provide, or he's not ambitious enough, or he's this or that, you may unconsciously have this narrative going on in your mind, even if you do not, realize it, and it may influence how you see other guys, other men in the world, because the figure of your father is the representation of every single man in the world. So now if you believe that your dad is not making enough, he's not a provider and something like that, you may attract men who are maybe not making enough money or are not ambitious enough or refuse to provide, or everything like that. Now how to fix that is to take those glasses off, the glasses of your mom, to completely shift perception of your dad. Remember situations when dad took care of you. Remember situations when your dad took care of you, and write that down, okay? Repeat yourself those stories when you felt like dad took care of you, or any other male figure in your life, okay, if you did not have a dad. So in this way, you completely change the narrative. You do not look anymore at your father, thus at every other guy in the world, through the eyes of your mom, but you look at your father as one who took care of you, who did something for you, who helped you to build a sand castle, or I don't know, whatever. I didn't have that, I just came up with it. But what's the takeaway? Finding love starts with you. It's about self-discovery, finding your self-worth, and healing the beliefs and feelings in your body. It's very important. Use this time to grow. Focus on you. You are the main priority of your life. You are the main priority of your life. Always remember that, like, if you don't have anything in this life, that's fine, because you have you. Okay, you have you gotta have this mindset. You are your biggest asset. You are your biggest achievement. You are the main person in your life. Focus on you. You'll never, there is the biggest ROI on this investment, and you can never lose you. No one can take you away from you. Use this time to grow, reflect, and prepare yourself for the love you truly deserve, because you deserve the best. You deserve everything that you dream of. And if you dream of that, that is 100% possible for you. It is already in your reality. Just take the time to grow and you'll get there. Okay? If this resonated with you, subscribe to this channel, hit the like button. I will highly appreciate it. Share it with a friend, your bestie. And remember that love isn't just out there. It's in you too. Okay? I'm sending love your way, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.